Thank you to Home Chef and BetterHelp for sponsoring this episode. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of You Can Sit With Us. I'm one of your hosts, Becky. I'm joined by Maggie.
Hi.
We got Rainie on the ones and twos.
Hello.
And today we have a very exciting episode for you because we are giving you the answers to your most needed advice. And it's advice that we've already had. It's advice that has already been given, and we're getting updates.
I know, so nice for people to give us like the updates on everything and taking the time.
I know. And the juice.
Yes. And the juice. Some of our, I'll
juice.
tease one of them, but some of our most popular questions have follow-ups. If the phrase sex doll means anything to you, you're going to find out today what happened. Also, if you guys want to catch this episode ad-free and a day early, go to patreon.com/tryguys. That is where you will find all of the tripods in the little tripod family. We got Fake Pod. We got Guilty Pleasures. We got You Can Sit With Us. We got The Tripod. We'll see you there.
Yeah.
Mags, what was your rose, bud, and thorn of the week?
Rosebud and thorn.
So like something you loved, something you didn't love so much, and something that was like mildly annoying, but can be worked on.
Yeah. Okay. So something exciting. We went to Gelada last night, and the owner of it sent us home with one of her secret sauces. So we're excited to like cut up some onions, garlic, and then like marinate some stuff and have for the week. And she says it lasts forever too. So I'm really excited about that. That was my rose, definitely, because I love food. I love eating, and I love delicious sauces and seasonings. So
And Gelada is what?
it's a Southern Thai restaurant in Los Angeles. It's in Thai Town. It's
like
really
one of the most
good.
famous places to get Thai in LA.
I have to go.
You must go.
immediately.
It's
You
delish.
must. It's really
And you
good.
got the secrets. You got the secret sauce in a
I
jar.
got one of the secret sauces. She has
my
lots of
gosh.
secret yummies.
How do you get that? Did she just, or did she give it to everybody?
Zach did a video, and I'm pretty sure Keith was in it too.
okay.
And she recognized Zach and was like, "Oh my gosh, like I haven't seen you in years." But they did it when they were at BuzzFeed.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was like a spicy Thai challenge. Yeah,
And you go with just Zach? Was it date night? Cute.
it was cute. Yeah, it was really fun. And then my thorn is just like shifts have been really chaotic, and it's just I don't really chart till the last end of the day. And I don't like feeling rushed between people, but that's just sometimes how it goes. Yeah. But what
What's
about
your bud?
That was my bud. Oh, wait. My rose, my thorn, my bud. So bud is like something that makes you hopeful?
Yeah. Or like something you want to work on or something for the future.
I'm still trying to have more of a morning routine. It's really hard on days of the week where it's just really hard to just pencil in time for yourself when you're working that many hours. But either just like not crashing into my mornings would be great, or having some time to kind of just like do stretches when I come back home.
Oh,
That's something I definitely want to work on, like padding time either in the beginning or the end. I have to just decide which one. It doesn't have to necessarily be both, but just like having wind down time is very important.
Stretching is interesting to me. I'm not stretching enough.
I don't think anyone is.
Yeah, I'm just like constantly like a little like stressed, and my posture is getting worse, and my back is starting to hurt again. So I need to get back on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good
for your
one.
morning routine, what are you working? Because I wake up within 15 minutes, I'm out the door.
Really?
I have to go.
I
have
used to be
go.
that way.
Yeah.
But
In
what are
college,
you
for
what are
sure.
you working with?
Right now, I just wake up. It's like 30 minutes before I have to leave. I'll make a coffee, wash my face, splash some water on my face, and get dressed. And that's usually all the time. Let Bowie out to pee.
Yep.
That's really all you have time for.
And then you got to go.
And then I gotta go.
Yeah.
And make sure my lunch is packed. And then I gotta run.
Oh yeah. Are you packing lunches?
I pack lunch and dinner, girl.
Oh.
I gotta pack both. If not, then my day becomes even more chaotic because once it's lunchtime and food's not there,
You gotta
then I'm
run.
running.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because you only get a 30-minute lunch. So if I don't have my Mendo order in like 15 minutes before I have to go, then it's like my whole entire day is stressful because I'm just running to go get food and then picking it up and running back.
30 minutes for a 12-hour shift is wild.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. They expect you to take kind of like a 30 later in the day, but your lunch is 30.
Oh,
But sometimes
I see.
that later
I
one
guess-
happens, but they cannot bundle them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's crazy.
interesting.
That's really short.
Yeah. Got to be strategic.
Becky, what's your morning routine usually?
With a little
baby.
one, it changes.
Guys.
Whatever Henry wants.
Guys. I'm not in charge anymore. No, actually, my morning routines are pretty nice because I tell Henry, I'm like, I don't know you in the morning. I've never met this baby before. I'm a single woman. I have no husband, no child. I'm a single woman enjoying her morning. I'm a lady. No, but because Keith's workday is usually so long and like I'd say about 50%, 60% of the time he's not home for bedtime. So he just spends all of his time with Honey in the morning. Oh, so I make sure that I shower at night so then in the morning I can do all my like skincare stuff. I can play on my phone. I can see what I need to do for the day. Yeah. So I usually wake up. We're usually up between 6 and 6:30.
Oh,
yeah.
That's early.
Yeah.
Yeah. And is that something that Keith kind of identified early on, or was it like how were those roles defined on like, okay, can you
that he would be with him in the morning? Oh yeah, it was because they were working till like 7 or 8 at night.
Right.
It was always like
so
that.
it was it was just
knew.
always he was just always in charge in the morning, and he does bedtimes when he's home.
Oh, okay.
Because otherwise, that's why I come to the office sometimes with Henny in the afternoon. Usually means that
hang out.
Keith won't be there at night. Yeah. And I'm like, you gotta see, and they have to have time and like memories together that I'm not in.
Yeah.
Right.
And also mommy needs some time.
Oh, yeah.
Mommy needs some time. And I feel like when I can get ready and like, I really like having my breakfast. I've started I have breakfast before I have coffee now.
That's great.
It's been huge.
Was that recommended?
I think
Or is
that's
that just-
recommended in life for everyone. But I honestly just had such bad stomach issues when we got back from Disney World.
Really?
That I was like, the idea of drinking coffee first thing kind of makes me nauseous now.
Yeah.
Like there was like the day we got back from Disney, I think I like woke up with Henny. My mom and I were in the living room and I was like, I think I got to go back to bed. I was like, I don't think I can exist right now.
Yeah.
And it was the coffee. The coffee just got me. So it's been good.
That's great.
Yeah.
It's been nice.
Yeah.
I just have like a little yogurt. I don't have like a, my usual
Spread.
my spread, my charcuterie.
Breakfast for lunch though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just eat like whatever and then have my coffee, and that's been huge. And then I'll just do my hair, my makeup.
Yeah.
And then I'm ready for the day.
Yeah. Every second of motherhood seems really hard to me. Like that is just like, it's continuous.
The
There's just
fact
no
that you can
breaks.
do hair and makeup.
Yeah.
It is.
Applaudable, because sometimes I feel like I can't get there, and I do not have a child. So
Really?
what does that say about me?
Well, I think it's like one of those things where like if you can't, I mean, obviously Keith's with Henny. Like when it's just me and Henny, like when Keith's on tour and stuff, then not a chance.
Right,
I'm lucky if I get a shower.
Yeah.
But sometimes Henny likes the shower. He's like, he vibes.
He's just
So I'll be
watching
like,
you.
okay.
The humid. Yeah.
I don't know why he likes it.
Water.
Yeah, if you don't make that time for yourself, you're never gonna, because the rest of the day is not to myself.
Right.
Because like he still naps like twice. So I call one of his naps for me and one of his naps for we. So during his first nap is for me, and I can decide what I want to do during that nap. So I can either get ready if Keith wasn't there, or I can do like, I don't know, whatever chores that I needed to do that are just for myself. And then his second nap is a nap for we. And that's when I'll like
Nap
start
two?
some nap 2 is when I start like laundry or start doing
you are
dinner.
like, you get to nap.
Oh no. I mean
wish.
sometimes the nap for me turns into
There's things to do.
I'll just take a snooze with him. But yeah, because if I don't budget out my time with like exactly what I'm gonna do, we're chaos.
Yeah.
We're just chaos.
Yeah.
Because I also have to feed this kid. It's nuts. I texted all my friends with older kids and I was like, when do we stop feeding him? Like, when am I not in charge of him eating? Because this is a lot. And he gets these like beautiful meals. And then I'm like, I'll just have this piece of cheese.
Yeah.
That's enough.
That's going to be fine.
And Keith comes home and I'm like, I feel sick.
Yeah, I do kind of feel like being a person kind of is more than a one-person job. Like, I wish somebody was doing that for me.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Being a person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, this is
Please
kinda
make
hard.
sure I am bathed.
Yeah.
Please
Yeah.
make sure that I am getting all my nutritional
Yeah,
needs.
make sure I
for
get my
me.
water for the day. Make sure I
Exactly.
get my nutrients.
Yeah.
Make sure my brain is stimulated.
Yeah. Is that also hard, getting your brain stimulated? Or is it like,
Getting his brain stimulated.
his
my
brain
brain.
stimulated. You're
is
like, you're
gone.
fine.
I don't have
We're
a brain
good.
anymore.
Yeah.
It's missing. It'll come back one day.
yeah.
No, but yeah, keeping him because he's moving. He's on the
Right.
groove.
Right.
He wants to go, and I'm like, why can't you be like other kids and like watch Miss Rachel for more than 3 minutes. I'm like, come on, Henny, give me more than 3.
He's an outside cat.
He's an outside cat.
Yeah.
He loves being outside, but he really just likes like crawling around. Like he likes climbing.
He's got to go.
He's got to go.
Yeah.
So that's a lot. And everything goes in his mouth.
Everything. Everything's.
You think, oh, I'll go over here and cook something? Well, I hope a bunch of cat hair isn't on the floor because then he's coughing up hairballs.
Right.
He's gonna, yeah.
And
Are the
everything's
cats-
baby proofed.
Oh, yeah. We're pretty baby proofed now. There's a couple things we have to replace because like our drawers, got these ones that like you push down to open the drawer in our living room, but it opens so far that he puts both his hands in it and then closes it on his hands. And I was like, is this the reason that I got this? I'm confused. I got to baby proof the baby proof again.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything's pretty baby proofed.
Oh.
We're pretty good. We got our gates.
Got our gates. Got our do the cats play with him?
Oh, Alfred for sure. Alfred loves all of his love. Grandpa Barry, no.
Alfred is
care
kind of, I
less.
feel like he's like kind of person coded a little bit.
Yeah, he's an old man.
Yeah.
He's a little old man for sure.
That's
yeah.
so cute.
Yeah,
He's
so
taking
he
care-
loves Henny, loves hanging out with him.
I love those like the babies with like the Dobermans watching them. Those always make me just
There was one time Henny was like on the couch and he was like pulling himself up to go. He was like on the cushion. He was pulling himself up to go on the armrest. And Alfred jumped up on the armrest and just sat there. Like being like, don't go over the side, Henny, because it's like where the drop is.
That's so
I was
cute.
like, Alfred,
He's a guardian
you're
angel.
such a good boy.
Oh,
Such a sweet boy.
that's
knows the
so
rules.
cute.
Yeah, he's really, really
That's why
good
he
with
followed
him.
Grandpa Barry outside when he like went on his little adventure.
Yeah,
he was
he
like,
was
"Don't
like-
leave."
Don't leave. We have it good here.
Yeah.
We have it good
I
here,
know.
man. Yeah.
But what's your rosebud thorn?
My rosebud thorn, probably my thorn, my sadness, my mommy and me ended.
Oh,
It's over.
You should
I loved my mommy.
post your mommy and me, rotating mommy. And me. I know.
Sounds like a lot of work.
So,
Sounds like a lot of work.
how long was this mommy and me?
A year.
Full year.
Mhm. A little less than a year
Wow.
because I think we started at like 3 months.
Oh my gosh!
But
Oh my god,
it's over. But it's kind of nice because Henny was doing this other class that we signed up for through the state. And they were like, oh, don't worry. It's Tuesdays at 2. And I was like, okay, well, that's during his nap, but I can zhuzh it this one day. It's fine. And then like a week before the class started, they were like, actually, it's Fridays at 2. And I was like, oh, okay, that's the day we go to mommy and me. We're done by like 1. He needs to eat lunch. And then he usually should nap. So he's gone to this like sensory class, like
yeah.
very annoyed every time he gets there. So I'm kind of like, okay.
Right.
Let's
so now
take
you
it down to
can-
1 class a day.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Not 2.
Yeah.
But I love my mommies.
What does the sensory class do? Like, what does it teach them? Or is
yes.
it just engaging? Like,
It's very engaging, but it's at this really cool like old church. And then if you've ever seen in like Irvine, they have it. It's called like a tiny town. But it's like they have like a little like grocery store. They have a little like fire department.
Cool.
They have a slide. And then the person who's in charge is an occupational therapist. And then they have assistants. So each kid gets an assistant.
oh, cute.
And then you'll have like an activity for the day. And it's like sometimes they do like messy things and sometimes they'll do like pulling. And it's a lot of like using their hands. And like focusing on, because this PT focuses on like using his full body and it's like very structured when we go to PT. This one is like, be free, like let's do this, let's do that. And then they give you tips for things you can do at home too to like help
That's
their
so cool.
development. Yeah, it's
So
I
OT,
love it.
PT.
OTPT.
Yeah.
We're covered.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, they're not good with the, you know.
we're covered as in we're like
fucking-
hitting.
Fucking state run around nonsense. Anyone else who's getting services from the state, they know the drama.
It's,
But, yeah, but that was my thorn. I was so sad, but I'm still gonna keep in contact with some of the mommies because we're buddies.
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Hey there, overwhelmed foodies. Are you drowning in a sea of meal kit options, feeling like you're in a bad dating game where every contestant constantly looks the same? Fear not, because amidst the chaos, there is one shining star worth your culinary affection. Home Chef is not just another fish in the meal kit sea. They're the gourmet catch you've been dreaming of. Say goodbye to swiping left on lackluster meals and swipe right for the one brand that'll make your taste buds swoon. Home Chef provides fresh ingredients and chef-designed recipes conveniently delivered to your doorstep to simplify your cooking experience. We just made the roasted red pepper chicken and it was amazing. Home Chef has over 30 options a week and serves a variety of dietary needs. Not only is it convenient, but it's economical too. For a limited time, Home Chef is offering our listeners 18 free meals plus free dessert for life. And of course, free shipping on your first box. Go to homechef.com/sitwithus. That's homechef.com/sitwithus for 18 free meals and free dessert for life. You heard that right. homechef.com/sitwithus. Must be an active subscriber to receive free dessert. You Can Sit With Us is sponsored by BetterHelp. Some of my non-negotiables are going for a walk every day, making sure to wear my SPF, and trying to get a little bit of reading in. When your schedule is packed with activities, big work projects, and more, it's easy to let your priorities slip. Even when we know what makes us happy, it's hard to make time for it. But when you feel like you have no time for yourself, non-negotiables like therapy are more important than ever. Here at You Can Sit With Us, we absolutely love therapy. It's great to learn positive coping skills and how to set boundaries. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. Never skip therapy day with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/sitwithus today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/sitwithus.
Yeah, what's the structure of Mommy Me? Are you guys are saying like sitting in a circle, I'm picturing?
Basically, yeah, it's a circle, and then we have our therapist. She's the guides it, and then people just like ask questions, whether it's about relationship things or development or baby, like whatever. And then there's usually like one overarching topic that she brings and is like, for next class, let's think about XYZ, and then people come in and chit chat.
And is she kind of guided based on like what everyone's concerns are? If there's like a big like, oh, this keeps being brought up, let me structure this next session in.
It's very free for all, where like you could bring stuff up like that, but the curriculum, quote unquote, goes with development. So it's very like linear. Yeah. But then it could go into anything.
Right. Does Henry like have certain like friends, or is he not at that stage yet?
He gets a little overwhelmed in crowds, like with lots of people paying attention to him. Same vibes. But he warms up. He's like just started his stranger danger-ness. And so like I was showing Rainie pictures before. We were hanging out with our friend Mark and Robin and Nick and Erica. And Max is like a whirlwind. Like Max wants to party. Max is like high energy. And Junie's a little more like empathetic, like wants to hug and like be snuggly. And so she kept trying to like play with Henry, and he finally was like, okay, I'll play. And it was probably one of the first times I've seen him like,
oh my gosh.
They call it like parallel play because it looks like they're playing together, but they're not really. They're kind of focused on their own things. But when she was playing with him, I was like, I think they are playing together. Like I think he is recognizing patterns in this. Yeah. So he's really cute.
Junie is such a cute name too.
Oh my God. I love the name
so
Junie.
Cute.
The Junies. I love them. I love them. Yeah. Little girl. She's like one of the only little girls in our friend group. So we're all like,
oh yeah.
It's a boys
you
club.
are the angel. You are a sweet baby girl.
I'm a girl's girl.
Yeah. She's a girl's girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. And her and Henny are like kind of close in age. Like eventually they'll be
those
in
photos
the same
that you
grade.
showed me. I don't know what the month apart is, but Henry is, I know he's younger.
Henry
and
is as
huge.
tall as her. Yes.
He's huge.
Henny is a tall boy. Tall and skinny.
Yeah.
I wonder where he gets that from. Because he also eats so much.
Curious.
Just constantly cooking for the baby. Shout out to those little pouches.
Oh yeah, the Go-Go Squeeze.
Go-Go Squeeze.
They have a really good
Peter
one
Rabbit.
at Costco. It's like apple, spinach, mango, carrot.
Ooh.
Are you eating those? You generally
Yes. I've tried a couple.
They're great.
They're not bad.
It doesn't say it's pediatric
have to be
specific.
kids.
I throw those in my lunch pail. They're great.
anyone.
Highly recommend. They come in bulk.
They're tasty.
Just throw them in the refrigerator. Also on a hot day, I had like 2 of them. It's fine. Yeah.
Maggie's hitting her fruit and veggies for the day.
I'm trying. I just like I like a spread. So
I like a spread.
That's your charcuterie. Yeah. My thorn. I don't know if I had a thorn this weekend. It was so fucking hot in LA.
It's so hot.
It was hard to do anything.
Yes.
So having a baby and not being able to like go outside, like usually Honey and I will go for a walk around this park right after he has breakfast to just kind of like split up the day, just to leave the house at some point. But it's been so hot, we haven't been doing it because like by the time we were done, and that's when I listen to like my audiobook.
Oh, fun.
yeah.
Oh my god, that's my real thorn. Okay,
Here we go.
Here's the tea. Here's the tea. Let me get situated. All right, Kaylin and I are reading this book by Emily Henry. Funny story.
Oh yeah, I've heard that.
It's great.
Oh, yeah.
Loved it. Finished it. Was great. I have a bone to pick with authors, and there's no way to fix this because how could they know? I need them to stop naming characters after people I know in my life.
Oh.
The main character for this book, where there were sexual situations, was Miles. And I was like, and I'm a very like visual, like, I know not everyone can do it in their head, but like when you read, I can like see the picture of what I'm reading in my head.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Do you know how many chapters it took me to get a man that wasn't Miles Bonsignore
No.
in my head? Thank God it was before anything ever happened. But they described him and he even had like a beard. And I was like, motherfucker. So I just need authors to not name characters. Like name them weird names that people don't have.
Yeah.
Uncommon names.
Yeah.
Or like too common.
Thera or whatever.
Farrah. Thank you. I'm never going to run into a Farrah or a Tamlin in my life. Maybe a Reese, but definitely not a Reese Sand.
That's right.
Like, come on. Stop. The madness needs to end. And that's just
you
where
really
I'm at.
powered through though. You trusted the process. You were like, I
tr-
will get this out of my head.
Because I asked Kaylin. I was
okay,
like,
okay.
when did you stop like thinking, when you heard Miles, thinking Miles? And she was like, after like 5 chapters, you're okay. And I was like, okay.
When you get to know the character a little more.
Yeah. So I did like my own little fan cast, but what would have actually helped me out, I did my own fan cast. Would have really helped me out is they just cast another Emily Henry book with Tom Bly from Hunger Games, Sweet Angel, and then Emily something, I forgot her last name, from My Lady Jane.
Oh. Did you like My Lady Jane?
I did.
Okay.
You know, I thought it was cute.
Yeah.
They really buried the lead with the horse thing. I didn't see that coming.
I haven't seen it yet. My cousin was recommending it though.
Yeah,
which I think
it's
I
cute.
watch it.
It's cute.
Yeah.
I was into it. I wasn't like, it wasn't like, I feel like, what's the one that got canceled that I loved? Shadow and Bone. Shadow and Bone. I was like, oh my God, watching all of it. One Piece, watching all of it. Like love. This, I was like, I'll throw in an episode here or there if there's nothing else to watch.
Yeah. Yeah. I watched The Queen's Gambit this weekend.
Oh, did you
loved it.
I loved it. That one's good, isn't
It's
it?
beautifully shot. Like it's just aesthetically, I was like mesmerized.
I liked that one too. And I feel like, what's his name? That's when everybody was like, oh, he got hot.
I love that guy.
Yeah.
He's married though. I did look.
Yeah. Okay. But you know what? If you want a little more of him,
Yeah.
Hulu.
Okay.
He's on a show where he's a famous, he's the Artful Dodger from
Oh yeah.
that Charles Dickens book about the orphan. Oliver Twist.
Yes.
Whatever that book is.
Yeah.
He's in a TV show
Okay.
on Hulu. That one I really liked. I was into that one. I'm ready for a second season, even though I bet it's going to get canceled. Everything I love gets canceled.
I know it's lots of one seasons, but did you have you seen the Game of Thrones? I'm also thinking about watching that.
I was not a Game of Thrones girly, but I know Matt really loves
that's right.
it.
Yeah. I've heard the second season is lukewarm, but
That's how I felt about The Bear.
Really?
Ugh, can we talk about it?
This recent season?
Oh my God.
yeah,
I was just like, here's another bone to pick.
yeah.
These are my gripes. These are my grievances.
That's what the episo's called.
Becky's gripes. Yeah.
Becky's got beef.
I actually only have thorns. I have beef
I don't have any thorns this week.
Yeah,
actually.
I have beef with authors who name characters after people I know in my life. And I have beef with TV shows where a different director directs every episode.
Yes, I totally agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's how the other 2 seasons were. And I just never
noticed.
But
there's got to be continuous.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It was truly like watching a different show every episode and like not in a way that I loved. But I love that they had so many Chicago actors on it. One of Jared Popkins' best friends is on it. We love him. Vibes. We love the facts. They're hilarious. But everything else about it really just...
Oh, that's a bummer.
It was really hard to power through.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Really hard to power through the quote unquote comedy that is The Bear.
Which we just have to change it.
They just have to.
They just got it.
But
It's
I
just
think
confusing.
they submit. Isn't that how it works? You submit for the category?
I'm like, who thinks that's a comedy? Like, who in the writer's room is like, this is funny?
There are parts that I'm
there are a
like,
few parts
okay,
that's
funny.
like-
But
Yeah.
it's not like Abbott Elementary. It's not like something that's written
Hence.
joke.
Right.
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 It's like a serious show that's also funny sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
But
easier to win in comedy.
I'm pretty sure that, I mean, maybe. Maybe they didn't want to go up against like the more serious.
Yeah.
But I'm also like, but now you're going up against Abbott Elementary that has
Right.
like a billion Emmys.
That's
so
true.
like, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
But I feel like, I don't know. Nick's husband, Paul, is going to be listening to this. He knows how TV works and he's going to
Yeah.
Yell
text
at you.
me later. So
Good.
text me later, Paul. Let me know. Do the shows submit themselves for the Emmys? Like the same way that like the Streamies. I love
would
when people are like, I'm so
assume
excited to be
yes.
nominated for a Streamie. And I'm
Yeah.
like, bitch, you sent a deposit in.
Yeah.
It's like applying to a college.
I feel like you have to be able to pitch yourself because then
Yeah.
it's on, the onus is on what, the judges? Yeah, I think that
Yeah, they like vote
Yeah.
on like who's going to win. But
Yeah.
But do you have any show recommendations that you're excited about?
I mean, Queen's Gambit definitely. I started watching Orange is the New Black.
What? Where are you, Rainie?
Rainie is hot in like 2018.
I know.
Yeah. And I'm
But
like,
Orange is the New Black
even
season
further than
1
that. That's
is like
funny.
what, 20? No, not
I was in
even
high school. Yeah, 20, it must have
like
been
2015.
It was a while ago.
Yeah.
2016.
That was a long time ago.
But I'm loving it.
I love
It's
that for
great.
you, Rainie.
Wait, I feel like we were talking about your Thorn. It's hot.
Oh, it was TV shows that have every episode is directed by a different person.
That's right. That's
but
right.
if you can get the general gist of the show, because like things like, I feel like Mandalorian had a different director every episode, and it was kind of like, okay, but this is
was
still like,
cohesive.
it was cohesive. I was like, I'm watching the same show. There were
Yeah.
episodes of
Right.
The Bear where I was like, what am I watching?
Was it like
Yeah.
filmed in different styles?
Yes.
Oh,
it was
weird.
all
Totally
like
tonal shift,
every
right?
episode was like different. And
Huh.
I was like, it's too just disjointed for me.
Yeah.
But so
Yeah.
that was my other thorn.
Yeah.
And then what's my other? Oh, you know what? I don't think you should go back and watch.
What?
Do not watch the Planet of the Apes movies.
Oh.
I want to watch the new one
Yeah.
because there was nothing on. Keith and I were out of shows.
Uh-huh.
And I do have a recommendation. Okay.
Here we go.
Okay. Here we go. Here we
Here we
go.
go.
All right. I know where we're going with this. So we wanted to watch the new one because it just came out on Hulu. But I hadn't seen any of the other ones since Mark Wahlberg.
Oh.
And then so we started with the first one, and I was like, oh, actually, Keith, I have seen this and I don't want to rewatch it. It's like James Franco as a scientist. And
Oh, I
like,
remember that one.
at the end of the day, you're like, wait, you did cause a pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
Like you wiped out most of the humans, James Franco.
James.
James, we know what you did. So we skipped through that one, and I just kind of told Keith what the vibe was. I was like, oh yeah, this happened with the monkeys, la 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 la.
Yeah.
And then we went into the second one, and it was kind of weird because it's like they're monkeys and they're half people, half CGI. So that kind of throws me when I'm looking at them. Second one was okay. I was still a little bored. We were fast forwarding. The third one, The War of Planet of the Apes. Imagine just any war movie, but make monkeys do it. And that was this movie. Like they were doing like slow-mo, like fades, and like the monkeys. When the monkeys get guns, you know it's gone awry.
Oh, God.
You know it's gone awry. So we haven't started the newest one, but I think if you're questioning to yourself, like, should I watch the old Planet of the Apes movies to get ready for the newest Planet of the Apes movie? No,
They probably cover what you need to know in the beginning.
Definitely.
Yeah.
definitely. 100%. 100%.
Yeah. It's kind of like I also started watching the Michael Jordan docuseries because Will Whitwer was telling me about it.
Yes.
I'm not gonna finish it. It's not for me, but I was like, okay, you're laying
People
groundwork.
love that one.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
it's
not his
cool.
30 for 30. It's the other one, right?
Right. It's
Called something.
The Last Dance. I like the drama. I'm trying to get into basketball because I want to be part of the cultural conversation. But I did feel like they were like laying the groundwork a little too much. Where I was like, let's go. Maybe I should just start at episode 3 or something. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
But I want to get to the juice where there's conflict because there's no conflict so far. But,
I get that. Oh, my recommendation for something to watch that I actually did enjoy, which is I'm very behind on this, Late Night with the Devil. That was pretty good. I wouldn't say it was scary. And it definitely lost the plot in the third act. But up until then, shot very cool. And had like an interesting premise.
Ooh, wait, who's in it? Or what's it about? Just some guy.
Some guy. It's basically about this fake late night talk show host who is running a show, and it's like in the era of like Johnny Carson. And so he's competing with them, and it's sweeps week. And it starts out very like documentary style, and it's like, or like found footage style. And it's like, this is his one show that went down in history. And they're like, this is the unedited. So it'll be like, this is what they saw on TV. And then it goes black and white. And this is like what was happening behind it. And it's like sort of like demon possession-y type things. Ooh. But then lost the plot towards the end. But overall, I mean, I only paid $4 to watch it. And I think it was worth those $4. It was worth the $4.
I'll watch that. That sounds really...
It was interesting. Yeah. And it's not long. It was like an hour and a half. So it was like the perfect, like, I didn't know what else to watch. Here we go. Yeah. It was neat.
Yeah.
I was into it.
Strong.
Yeah. So those were my thorns of the...
You're the
I don't have any thorns.
I don't have any thorns except for these three gripes with Planet of the Apes authors and TV shows.
Anytime I hear Miles in a book, I feel like I would think of Miles Morales. It's so funny.
Oh, really?
God, I wish I thought of Miles Morales, my little child Spider-Man.
Oh my God. Anyway.
All right, guys, we're going to get into the meat and the potatoes of this episode, the one you've all been waiting for, the listener follow-ups. Now, I would say our most, at least in this room, the one listener question we loved the most was about the sex doll. It had
stuck out
so many layers to us. And we're finally going to get an update. For those of you that don't remember, maybe didn't listen to that episode, this woman wrote in and she said she found a coffin-shaped box in her basement, which had a sex doll in it.
Terrifying situation, by the way.
Terrifying. First you see a coffin and then it looks like a body. Horrifying. Her partner is significantly older than her, like 15, 16 years older than her. And the reason that he originally got divorced was that he was like feeling a little sexually stifled in his marriage. He said, quote, "He got it before he met me, but the shipping label on the box was dated 2 months after we started dating. It was 4 years ago, so it's plausible that he forgot the timeline." That really stuck out to us at the time because we were like, I don't know about this. She had 2 questions for us, and it was the sex doll in the basement a red flag or a deal breaker? Basically, we said it wasn't a red flag because we were like, okay, maybe gets his jollies with a sex doll. Yeah. Live, laugh, love. People get their jollies in many different ways. But maybe that they needed to talk about it more. Mm-hmm. And then, we did very much want to know about the head. We had a lot of questions like, did it look like you? Was it the same hair color? Did it look like his ex-wife? Was it the same hair color? And then we thought the best idea was to throw it away, but also to do it in a way that didn't make it look like you were throwing out a dead body and you weren't going to like scare a garbage person.
For sure.
Okay. And here is our listener update.
Here we go. Oh my God, Rainie, I was just thinking about you guys and how life has gotten so crazy. All of a sudden, a year and a half has gone by. My basement is still cluttered and I never emailed you back. I'm so happy you finally got to meet Hank Green. How was he?
Shout out.
Thank you for reminding me about the doll because I honestly forgot about it. And now that we're engaged, I just issued an ultimatum that if it needs to get out of the house before we are married.
Get it, girl. Yes.
The doll itself is creepy. The body is silicone and is made of wire. That doesn't sound...
So it's like bendable.
Oh, I see. Wire in the inside.
You can like, prop it up in position.
Yeah, or maybe like, maybe it was like a snuggle.
Wire and silicone.
Wire and silicone
is wild.
It's interesting that she had to create an ultimatum. Like she had asked before and he was like, no, let's just keep it around.
Yeah, but I guess like if you got busy and you weren't really thinking about it,
then it
just be like, but I'm like,
Time goes by.
Every
when
time you go in the
you're-
basement, you're not like, there's a coffin.
Yeah.
There's that thing.
There's
Out
a
of sight,
coffin.
out of mind kind of thing. Because there's definitely things in our storage areas that I do not think about. And then many months later, I'm like, oh, this is still here? I wouldn't say it's a sex doll, but. The doll is bald and came with 2 different wigs. He says he truly hated it, and I believe him. Also, the room in the basement is locked, so for anyone wondering, the kids do not have access to it. In case the listeners were wondering, just wanted to cover all questions. To update, we are now 31 and 47. His kids are getting older and even gave me a Mother's Day gift this year. I cried.
Aww.
I think Matt asked about the age difference in general. It never has been an issue for us because we truly found our soulmates. It's when we go out that we remember society may see this as abnormal. There have been a few times he's called my dad and all I can do is laugh. Oh, there's been a few times he's been called my dad and all I can do is laugh. I want to acknowledge that age difference relationships can lead to a dangerous power dynamic, and I understand why people can get concerned. That is not the case with us. I think we both stuck in very traditional relationships where society expects you to stay together because nothing is wrong, quote unquote, except it doesn't feel right and you're feeling depressed. Now that we are both out as a bi couple who continue to defy what is traditional and just do what makes us happy. And luckily, his kids were young enough when we met that they never saw the age difference as an issue. I've known them for 5 years, lived with them for 4, and my partner has 50-50 custody, so we get them for a full week every other Monday. I feel very lucky to be in their lives.
Aww.
The only thing I was ever fearful of was showing them Parent Trap. I tried to avoid it, but was suggested
That's funny.
at my stepdaughter's sleepover party. I told her there's an evil stepmom in it and she makes us look bad. And my stepdaughter says, you are so the opposite of an evil stepmom, so don't worry.
Oh.
For anyone who kind of wants to be a parent but does not want to ever be pregnant, I highly recommend the stepmom life.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah. Sex doll thing is
sex doll.
starting to
How did this get so nice?
I know.
I want to hear more about this bald sex doll.
I know. He did clear up the packaging label issue.
okay.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
First off, he ordered it like 4 or 5 months earlier and it took forever to come. No pun intended. I wonder if it had to be custom made.
I'm obsessed with her. I'm obsessed.
Then when he got it, our relationship was still very casual for the first few months. It was a joke to us. This could never work. You're a dad. I'm a millennial. And we keep things informal. So there was a lot of gray for the first few months. And that's okay because back then we never set expectations about where it could end up. If you all have any other questions, feel free to ask. If you guys ever want to have a conversation about exploring sexuality, etc., let us know. We went to a swingers club in Montreal and we discovered it is not for us, but if the listeners ever want to hear about it, I'd be happy to share.
Oh, interesting.
I was just in Montreal. Hey.
All right. Did you go to swingers? Yeah.
And how was it?
It was lovely. I did not go to a swingers party, but lovely city. Highly recommend.
So you're wondering if she got it custom?
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing. I don't think that they just have these in a factory just sitting. I mean, maybe, but I could also storing things.
I think we looked it up, like to see how you ordered it, and most of them you did have to order from overseas. They did have long lead times, and I think we tried to guess how much they cost.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was expensive.
More than you think. Yeah. For good ones.
For good ones.
Yeah.
Silicone and wire.
Well, now they have the ultimatum is out there. It's got to go.
Yeah.
You got to figure out what to do with this. It doesn't sound like it's actually an issue in their relationship at all.
Yeah.
Which thrilled to hear that because
Yeah.
the story could have gone another way.
For
Could
sure.
have taken a dangerous twist.
But really, we just learned the joys of being a stepmom. And that is like,
Beautiful.
That's
so
awesome.
fucking sweet.
Yeah.
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 Oh, nice.
I feel like, I mean, no advice needed. They're kind of cruising.
No, they
Yeah.
did it.
They did it.
They did it. They lived it.
They lived it.
They lived it. Our next listener update.
So this is an update from a listener that had written in about a woman who had an older coworker who wouldn't stop commenting about what she was eating and how much she was eating at work. That's super nerve-wracking. But summary of kind of what we said and the advice we gave. I know you're trying to be nice, but I'm sensitive about this. So if you could not comment on food stuff, like I would really appreciate it. We suggested talking to HR, and Becky said she'd email for you if you needed help drafting the email.
I'll do it.
Matt said to ask a coworker to say something to the older woman if she was having a problem kind of having that confrontation. And then Sarah said that women's bodies are up for discussion in a very odd way.
Mm-hmm. Our listener writes, "Hey guys, first of all, thank you so much, and Sarah too, for your kindness and your advice. I'm genuinely so thankful you are taking the time to read my email and help me. Oh, we love you. So a little update. I ended up just straight up confronting her.
Let's go.
Yes. I was having a really stressful day. She made another comment and I just couldn't let it pass. Told her I wished I was bored enough to have the time to fixate on something as much as she does with my diet, LOL. And that I would very kindly appreciate if she could be more respectful and keep those comments to herself. You're my hero. Her jaw dropped. It's safe to say there hasn't been a single comment ever since. Not an apology either, but I'm just happy with no more comments. Sadly, I still have a lot of shame and the very ugly habit of hiding what I'm eating and stopping eating every time I hear the break room door. But I'm working through it and I'm sure I'll get over it eventually. I think you will too.
Yeah.
You also made me open my eyes to the fact that I need to stop constantly explaining why, how much, and what I eat. And I really appreciate you for that. Once again, thank you so much for giving me all the kindness and reassurance I needed. Hope you have the best weekend.
Oh,
you too, girl.
Oh,
yay.
We love a happy resolution.
Good for you. Standing up for yourself. That's hard.
That's really hard.
And scary. And you just did it.
Yeah, especially in a workplace where you want to continue to be professional and not feel like there's going to be conflict going forward. But I think you did the right thing.
And sometimes you got to just sharp.
Let's and I think it's more powerful coming from the person directly than a friend, because I feel like when you're not there to kind of speak up for yourself, it can be interpreted in a different way or not taken seriously.
Yeah. It's a good question too, because I feel like everybody has a relationship with food. It's a weird thing. And so I feel like it's but she kind of is, she's a hero. Mm-hmm. She's a national hero.
She's a national treasure. Yeah. Nicolas Cage is searching for her right now.
Oh, yeah.
Because she is a national treasure. The balls it takes to stand up to someone that way and so quick, but you're right.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have to be very direct with people. Otherwise it's things get lost in translation. And it's whatever. It's food. This is stupid to be talking about.
Yeah, you have to stop.
You have to stop.
Quite simply have to stop.
This is bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I feel like doing it fast too is kind of nice, because it's just this is exactly what's going on. It's a sentence and then it's over. And then you never have to deal with it ever again.
Nope.
Right. Which is great.
Yeah. Unless they keep going and then
that's
we're
weird.
going to HR. I'm writing the email. Let me know when.
All right. We've got one more.
Perfect. Our final.
This one did not end
update.
as well.
No.
I mean, honestly, I didn't think this one was going to end well. We had a lot of questions about this.
Yeah.
I learned about the dating app that I have, or the hookup app that can never get the name right. And it's called Sniffies.
Sniffies.
I call it Sniffles. I called it Snuggles. Sniffies. Sniffies is basically a more specific hookup app that basically tells you literally what house someone is in. It's very exact locations.
Oh,
that was what we learned.
It's intense.
That is intense.
Yeah.
But basically this woman, her friend was showing her what Sniffies was, and she was like, I'm sorry, this is at her partner's house. And she was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And then she clicked on it and it was her partner's dick. But this was the weird part. It was there was a tattoo on his leg that wasn't in the picture, but he did have it at the time.
I think it photoshopped out.
So we were like, what's happening? And then Sniffies, if I remember correctly, is a gay hookup site specifically. And she said she knew that her partner had previously hooked up with men, but didn't know that he was still sort of in that ballpark. So our guesses were that he was either he got catfished, his picture got taken.
Okay.
Or he's lying to you.
Right.
And you got to ask more questions. So we had suggested talking to him more about the sexuality aspect of it, of being maybe not framing it as a form of cheating, but more of I just want you to be your true authentic self. And is that someone who's bisexual? Is that someone who's gay? I just want to know what's going on here. And there was a hand in the picture. That was the other thing. So she was like, whose hand is that? Is that your hand?
Wasn't his hand.
It wasn't his hand. It was a different hand.
Which is
she's
very
like, I know this hand.
Yeah.
And then the other advice we gave her was to be, if he was talking about his sexuality, to make it less of like, I'm outing you, and like make it more of like, I'm concerned that you're cheating on me. Like if you're gay, YOLO, but if you're cheating on me, not YOLO.
Right.
Like we need to talk about this. That was Sniffies. And now we're going to hear what happened.
Oh man, and
I just don't have a good feeling, but I need to know. I have so many questions.
Yeah.
Sniffies update. I'm here. I was listening to the pod and you referenced my email again. Every time you reference it, I'm driving and then I forget. But this time I'm coming to you live from the Starbucks drive-thru.
Nice.
For the update, I was watching TV on the couch and he was watching TV in the bedroom. I just randomly checked Sniffies and the account was online.
No.
So I went and peeked in the bedroom and he was on his phone.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Because we were also like, well, maybe someone stole your picture and they're using it. And it's like, yeah, whatever. The whole thing was just too much of a coincidence. So I confronted him about the photo and the location. He denied everything.
No.
And said I was crazy.
Oh,
but
no.
after I confronted him, the account wasn't active anymore and I haven't seen it again since. So you're telling me, this is in parentheses, so you're telling me if it wasn't him, this person just shut down his account or moved the same night as our conversation? I dropped it because there really wasn't any concrete evidence and it was all speculation / coincidence. This is a woman being gaslighted.
Yeah.
100%. For the next few months, he was really closed off, irritable, and not in the relationship. No sex, no hand-holding, leaving the house randomly for hours at a time, cooked food only for himself, etc.
Oh my God.
Ma'am, this is a roommate. This is not a partner.
Food only for him is wild.
That is
Only
bold.
for him.
If I called him during the day and asked any questions about where he was, he would respond with, "Why are you always asking me so many questions?"
Oh my God.
Which in hindsight, I was asking a lot of questions because 1, I didn't trust him at all.
Right.
And 2, he wasn't talking to me. So asking questions was the only way I could communicate with him. I had enough. So in April, I think, he agrees to go to couples counseling. We went 4 times and it kind of helped, but not really. He was talking to me, but the vibe was still off. Tale as old as time.
Yeah.
Tale as old as time. In August, we had the conversation to end things because we had essentially become roommates and no longer partners. That's what we're hearing. That's what we're hearing. It's been hard on both of us. We have joint custody of the dog, and I still don't have confirmation if it was his account, but I'm 95% sure it was. It was.
It definitely was.
It was.
Yeah.
Don't let him gaslight you anymore.
Yeah.
It was 100%. That's too many coincidences.
Yeah.
Too many. Okay. Oh, okay. She wrote specifically to me. She was like, also, Becky, I don't remember exactly what you said, but you mentioned that I might have some issues with him being with men previously. Oh, yes. Now I'm remembering this even more because I was like, she had written a lot about the fact that he was with other men or had been with men before her. And I was like, it seemed like she was bringing it up a lot. And so I'm like, if you're bringing it up a lot, maybe you're not as comfy with it as you think you are.
Yeah.
So she followed up. But you mentioned that I might have some issues with him being with men previously. You were right, but it was because I have dealt with a lot of self-confidence issues, ED, and body dysmorphia. My thoughts were more like, great, I don't have to worry about comparing myself to only women, now men too. And she said, I hope this helps. And I'm like, yes, that makes a lot of sense now why his sexuality kept being brought up. Sorry this was so long. I always hear you all mention how you want more details. Girl, we did. We wanted the details. Do not let that person gaslight you.
I still want to know the tattoo and the hand, but I think it's an explanation. It's just an interesting explanation that we're not going to get. But it's okay.
I think he's a cheater.
Yeah.
He's a cheater. Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
I'm just shocked he never kind of came forward, even throughout couples therapy or like right when he was confronted. 'Cause that seems so exhausting.
Right.
Like if that's what you want to do,
Yeah.
this is your out, bro.
Yeah. Come clean.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't get people who are given an out and then don't take it.
Yeah.
It's just pride.
Because
Shame.
I'm also like, why wouldn't he just admit it when they were breaking up? Like, you're already breaking up.
Right. There's
Why
and
not
she
just
knows.
say? And she knows.
Like,
she talked to you about it.
Because he
Yeah.
knows
So why
he's doing
not
something
just say,
wrong. And he doesn't want.
That was me. It was an old picture before I had my tattoo. The hand was my boyfriend at the time or something. Like,
Right.
Explain it. Don't call her crazy.
Yeah, calling her crazy is bad vibes.
That's bad vibes.
Yeah.
I don't like this man. I do want to know, since she listens, I want to know about this joint custody situation of the dog.
Yeah.
Like, so do you have to see him a lot?
Right.
Is it like every weekend? Or are you like switching off months? Like,
That must be hard.
how often are you seeing him?
That is really tough. I saw this TikTok of like this girl who was like, I'm outside my ex's house. I have to pick up the dog. We don't speak. So it's just like every other week she sees him but doesn't speak to him. And I'm like, that is worst case scenario.
Yeah.
That is bad. You cannot move on.
No.
Yeah. And you don't want to give up the dog though.
No.
And then there's a question of too, like dating someone with, like, I think I saw this. Is it a red flag or deal breaker if your ex is or your boyfriend is sharing custody of a dog with his ex?
I think it's respectful.
Yeah.
If you got the dog together,
Yeah.
it's your
both your
together.
dogs.
It's both your dogs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But like if it was one person's dog before, then I'm like, no.
And you're just going over to play
You're just
with
going
the dog.
over to play
It's
because you like
huh.
miss the dog. I'd be like, no,
Yeah.
no. And I also feel like dog is like a little lower stakes than like same question applied to kids. I'd be like, that's a different story.
You definitely are gonna have to go.
But I feel like a dog, I'm like, well,
There's always
it's your
one
dog.
person.
Yeah.
There's always someone that they're more loyal to.
yeah.
Not all dogs, but
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
a
Let the
large
dog
majority.
choose.
Yeah.
Do it like Air Bud.
Do you like the
Come here,
TikTok trend where you
old
like
blue.
run both directions and see where the dog goes?
Yeah, see who he follows. Try that out, girlfriend.
Try it out.
Try it
That's our
out.
advice.
And also fuck that guy for telling you you're crazy.
Yeah.
Like, that's nuts. I'm like, don't make someone feel crazy when they're literally the thing they said is happening.
Yeah.
Like, that is gaslighting for sure.
Yeah. It's just delusional.
Yeah. Well, thank you everyone for tuning into this week's episode. Be sure you are washing your hands, peeing after sex, registering to vote, being kind to yourself, being kind to others, and we will see you next week. Bye.